All right, hi, I am back. It is 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if you know what that means, but for me, it means time to put on a new set of nails. Like I said before, I like to put these on right before I go to bed just to give them a chance to cure. You can still go about your business and do things once you do have these on. Brush your hair, play with the kids, whatever it is you want to do. I would say don't take a shower, don't wash your hands or wash dishes for like half hour to an hour afterwards, just to give them a chance to cure. Don't put any lotion on either. But other than that, you can go about your business. But the best thing is just to put them on right before you go to bed. By the time you wake up in the morning, you can do anything that you want to do. So what I'm going to do is try to focus this camera down on the table so you can see what I'm doing with my hands. I'm going to just show you a couple fingers here to get you started, and then if you have any questions, you can drop them in the comments of this video or hit me up on Messenger or phone call or whatever, texting, and I can help you do it because sometimes it's a little tricky. I just want to make sure that you're successful with it. So what I'm going to do is try to put this down here. Let me see, get it off of me. My goodness. Okay. And as you can tell, I'm not the best videographer here. I don't even know if that's a word. Oh, it's slipping. Okay. Let's see. All right, we're going to try it this way. So, I've got my new set here. I'm going to pull open the tab. So, before we did this, I did all of my prep work. I shaped my nails, filed them, buffed them. And I put on a base coat just because I'm so rough with my hands. So I've got a base coat on also. But, so you open up your little kit. You got a little nail file. There's 9 different ones. I finally got my 9th collected one. It's kind of fun. They all have little special designs. Then you have your prep pad, which is an alcohol wipe. And what you're going to do with that is go across your nails. Just do a little over. Just make sure that you've got any oils, any debris or dirt off of them before you start applying the nails. Okay, just while that's drying here, I'm also going to just go ahead and kind of push back each cuticle here just a little bit more. You can use a nail, your thumbnail to do it, or you can use one of your cuticle sticks to do it. I just do it a little bit. That way I'm making sure when I'm applying my sets, I'm not getting it over the top of the cuticle. Okay, so I've got that done. So now I'm going to take out my nail set here. I'm going to use I Want Scandy today, which is one of my all-time favorites. It's a nice little sparkle, kind of a purplish bluish periwinkle, I guess you might say. So what I'm going to do is cut off the end here. There's a little slot that you can just go ahead and pull it to, but I just do it that way. And what I like to do, in case I don't end up using all the strips, I try to keep one of them in here. So they're in a package of 2 like this. The easiest way I found to leave one in is kind of separate them here with your stick. And pull out. I'm doing this backwards trying to get it so you guys can see. Let's see if I can do this or not. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out this one here. And then these I'm going to kind of tuck back in here, and if I need them later, I can go ahead and pull them out. So one thing you're going to want to do with your leftover strips when you're done with them, after you've gotten all your nails done, put them back in this little package here. Seal off the end. If they're pushed all the way in, you seal it off with like either a lighter, or I use my straight iron and just do it quick so it's sealed off. And then you like to put them in the freezer. And that ends up saving them good for you so that you can use them at a later date. But you definitely want to get the air out because they are like real nail polish and they could end up going bad. So anyhow, let's get back to this because I'm getting a little distracted. We're going to go ahead and put our strips on. So you look at them here. The skinny one here does not work for me, so I just take that one off to the side. And I pretty much know which ones are going to work for my fingers. So usually the next one here is good for my pinky. You're going to want to work from your pinkies on into your thumbs. You're going to use your thumb as a tool. It's going to help you tuck under, make your crease and get some of the extras off. So you want to use that as your tool and do your thumbs last. So this has a little overlay on it, purple strip on the top. You're going to take that off, and that's a clear overlay. You're not going to need that, so I'm going to put that off to the side. And then this splits right here. There's a little silver piece. So you're going to pull that off. I like to use, this is my anchor. Some people call it the anchor method, some people call it a T method. It's the same thing. So the side I just took it off from is a shiny or glossier side. The other side is not. What you want to do is put it back onto that glossy side, like this. So what I'm going to be doing is holding onto this when I go to place this on my finger. So I'm going to show you a couple different methods to apply it here. So I'm going to actually take my glasses off. I got to get real close. Me and my eyes. So I'm going to put this up right next to the cuticle, at the base of the cuticle. You don't want to go over. Now look what I can do. Oh, I don't like the placement there. You can gently take it off and try it again. So I'm going to go back up there. Okay, so I like where that one is. So I'm going to start pressing. I'm going to press from the middle up, the middle to the side, down. You're going to get that strong. Okay, yep, I like everywhere that it is, so I'm going to push a little bit harder and get that on. So there's a couple different things you can do when it gets to this point here where I've got it on. So the first one I like to do, I just got a pair of small scissors here. I'm going to cut this a little bit above the nail. Now my nails are short today. I finally filed them down and got them. They're just about the same length as what my fingers are, so they don't go over a whole lot right now. I wanted to trim them down a bit. You can see I've got a little bit extra here. So what I'm going to do is take it. We're going to kind of cinch it in, cinch it around. Okay, we're going to get that wrapped around and kind of tucked under. So this is where our thumb's going to come in. I'm going to take that, and I'm just going to kind of pinch off some of that the rest of it here. Now some people will wait a little bit longer in the process to do this, just so it has a chance to sit firmer. Whatever works for you. Sometimes I do it that way too. It just kind of depends. It sometimes even just depends on what strips I'm wearing here or the length of my nail. So you can see I've got this extra stuff that's coming off here. You want to just be careful you're not going to take it back off of the nail. So it gets a chance to stick. Alrighty. One down. So now what I'm going to do is take the other side of this, and I'm going to just go ahead and put that on the pinky on my other finger, my other hand I should say. So I'm going to tear off this little tab here. You can see it's kind of perforated around there. And be careful that you don't pull it. Sometimes it's easier than others. There we go. Got it off. I'm going to turn this around. Just going to move it on my thing here a second. Still keeping it on the glossy side. And I'm going to put it up on this finger now. So as you can see, we're getting it right up there next to the cuticle, but not going over it. We're going to press it down again. So now that you have the little bit of a longer edge left on it, after I do that, you can kind of just pinch it into a little gathering here. And sometimes that actually makes it a little bit easier to twist off. Just want to make sure that I've got it on good. So really just go ahead and press, press, press. Make sure you've got that good adhesion before you start taking any extra off. I'm going to use my thumb as a tool. And there we go. So I'm going to show you something on this one. So right here, you can see there's a little bit that's went over the edge here. So I can take my thumb. Sometimes you can take the edge of a cuticle stick and do that also. But you're just going to kind of go like that, get that extra off. So you can see what it looks like right now, like under the fingers. Now come morning time, I might do a little bit of filing to make that come out. A lot of times it just sort of, any looseness, extra is going to sort of come off on its own, but actually these are on really good. There probably isn't a whole lot that's going to happen. So anyhow, that's what those look like. Let's go ahead and do another finger here, just so you can see. So this one here, for this finger, I usually use the next one in the strip. So you can kind of hold it up before you end up taking your backing off. You're just going to see that it's going to cover most of your nail. If you have one that doesn't fit your nail, that it's a little bit too small for it, you can, once you have, here I'll kind of show you on this one. First I'm going to go ahead and take our purple tab off again. There we go. And then we're going to get our silver one. And we're going to put it on our anchor on the glossy side. So at this point, if I wanted it a little bit wider, you're going to want to be careful doing it. I'm going to show you up here if I can do it backwards here. You can kind of take it and you can just spread it gently and make it a little bit wider. You're not going to want to do it too much or you're going to end up tearing it, but you can definitely do it some. It is pliable enough. So what I'm going to do is go and put that on my ring finger here. I've got it lined up right where I want it again. And I'm going to press it down. Again, I'm going to use my scissors. I like using the scissors as opposed to just trying to rip it. And it seems like it's a little bit easier for me to do. But whatever works for you. So we got that on, and we're going to go and just tuck that extra around again. So what I do after I'm done doing all of my nails, like I said, I go to bed, I let it cure overnight, and then in the morning I put on a top coat. You definitely do not need to. These have a base coat, your color, and a top coat all built in. But because I am so rough on my nails and my hands, I do that just so that they can last longer. A lot of times I do put on 2 coats of the nail strips here also. So if I do that, I don't have usually a lot left over. Sometimes I do. But I can always save, even if it's just a few, not enough for a whole set, you can go ahead and save it so you can just have them for accent fingers and stuff like that too. So I'm going to show you on this finger here. And probably when I do put on my second coat, I'm going to try to cover that up. But you can see there's a little bit that I didn't stretch it far enough, and that's okay. So if you're looking at it, you're like, oh no, I can see that. But if anybody else is just looking at your fingers, they're not going to be able to really see that. But like I said, when I put on my second coat on this one, I probably will try to get it over there a little bit more, just so it does cover that up a little bit. But really, that's it. It's very simple. You can, once you've got everything prepped and ready to go, you can get these babies on, 10 minutes, sometimes even quicker than that. Yeah, so anyhow, so we're going to do that. Save your extra ones. Make sure that you seal them up if you're going to save them. Put them in a freezer. They can last a long time like that. And then they should last, as long as you're taking good care of them here, for sure a week. Usually 10 days, 14 days. I've gotten longer out of them too. What happens more to me is that they just start growing out right here. And so you got that kind of gap there. But other than that, sometimes they've stayed really, really long time if you treat them well. So anyhow, I hope that was helpful to you. I hope that you have success in applying your nails. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out and I will help you with it. All right, thank you. Have a good night.